guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. I know the majority of my audience is free to play, meaning that you're not maxed out, meaning that you have to make tough decisions when it comes to which cards are you going to upgrade, which cards are you going to spend your hard-earned gold and resources into investing on for your main battle deck, or maybe just experimenting with a different battle deck. So today, I decided to go ahead and list 10 cards, actually maybe a bonus card in there, that don't really require upgrading, meaning that you can slot these cards in your deck and get by with them being under leveled. Now, obviously, every single card in the game does get perks and benefits as you upgrade it, but these cards are less level dependent than the other cards in the game, at least in the opinion of yours truly. So let's go ahead and get to the list here, guys. In no particular order, these are cards that you might want to think about subbing into your deck if you're struggling facing over-leveled players. Let's start out with guards. I think that guards are actually a really great card. They were overshadowed a little bit by the Royal Recruits upon their introduction to the game, but guards are still really, really solid. And no matter the level, they're not going to die to any spells because of their shield. And because of being a relatively cheap card at 3 elixir and having that unique shield ability, I think they're a great epic card to include in your deck regardless of the level, even if it's lagging behind the rest of your cards a little bit. So that's why guards makes this list as number 1 of the less level dependent cards in the game. Number 2 is going to be bats. Now, bats is an interesting one, but because bats basically die to zap no matter what, it's safe to assume you can include them in any deck, and they're still going to provide a decent source of DPS and cycle ability or cyclability in your deck. Bats are a great option. The HP of the bats really never is a huge factor. They're going to die to everything, even a golem death damage. So including bats is a great choice when they're under leveled and you're looking to round out your deck with a cycle card or just an added DPS boost. Next on the list is going to be Tombstone. This is a really, really huge one, guys. I think that Tombstone is an amazing card regardless of level, because either way, it's going to stop those bandits. It's going to spawn those skeletons to help out against those battle rams. Tombstone is a great defensive unit, and level doesn't really matter that much. Either way, your opponent's going to have a tricky time navigating it around it. Even if they have like a giant or a tank, those skeletons are still going to provide a decent source of DPS, and they're still going to spawn regardless of level. Next on the list is going to be Tornado. Tornado is probably the least level dependent card that has the highest utility and effectiveness in the arena out of any card in the game. Tornado is a card that does a little bit of damage. It's going to kill those skeletons and those bats and those really, really, really squishy low HP units, but it's still going to activate that King Tower regardless of level. It's going to have the same strength on its pull, so I'd really advise you guys to use Tornado or get acquainted with the Tornado spell, especially if you don't have it leveled up and you're looking for a good spell to round out your deck. It synergizes with pretty much every range splash unit in the game. The next on the list is going to be Rage. Rage is an interesting one. Unlike Freeze, which is really level dependent, Rage, you're getting a lot of your value at the immediate second that you drop it. Oftentimes in the first couple seconds that you drop it. Rarely does the duration of the Rage really play a pivotal role in the effectiveness of the card. That's why Rage, even if not at a high level or the same level of the rest of your epics, is a great addition to any deck. I love having Rage as a 2 elixir cycle spell, even if it's not at level. Next on the list is going to be Flying Machine. Unlike cards like Hunter or Musketeer, Flying Machine it actually does not get a lot of credit for being a very good card for free-to-play users. It does a decent amount of DPS regardless of the level. Of course, upgrading it will improve that, there's no doubt about that, but it's going to die to a fireball, like I said, unlike other support range cards like Musketeer. Regardless of level, it's probably going to die to the fireball. It's supposed to die to the fireball. And kind of like Magic Archer, it gives it kind of a weird strength, even though that's not meant to be a strength, meaning that you can get by with it and not get frustrated if it's dying to that poison or fireball, regardless of level. Next on the list is going to be Skarmy. Skarmy is another really, really big one, guys. guys. Skarmy is a card that even if it's level 1, which isn't ideal, it's still going to be able to kill those tanks, it's still going to be able to get value, and it's still going to be able to get zapped away, or basically any spell will take care of it regardless of the level. So Skeleton Army Skarmy is a great card to include in your deck, even if it's not up to the level of your other cards. Next is going to be Giant Skeleton. Giant Skeleton is a great card. I mean, it's always been off meta, but it's always had a, I don't know, a very, very soft spot, a very, very important part in my heart, I should say. It's a great card, and that death damage of the bomb of the Giant Skeleton is going to be incredibly effective, really regardless of level, guys. It's going to do a ton of damage, and your opponent is going to have to kite, distract, and take care of your Giant Skeleton, whether it's level 1 or level 8. Of course, again, with all these cards, you can still upgrade it to get extra damage and extra bonus, but the theme of the card remains the same regardless of level. Moving on to our final cards here, guys. Skeletons, the 1 elixir skeletons. You can kind of see this one coming by the Tombstone and by the Skarmy. Skeleton level doesn't really matter that much. Of course, the added DPS is nice when you upgrade them, but either way, for 1 elixir, you're going to be able to cycle, you're going to be able to do a decent amount of DPS to tanky units or non-splash units, and you're going to be able to kite and distract. Skeletons definitely will make the list. Now, final on the list is going to be kind of a tie. I said there's going to be a bonus card. It's because the Inferno Tower and the Inferno Dragon, the nature of these cards, the fact that they can charge up and kill anything in the game, really makes it so that the levels are not super, super important. Of course, more HP is definitely beneficial, but you can get by with a low level, a level 1 actually Inferno Dragon, or a lower level Inferno Tower, and still have the utility and the theme of the card remain intact. So guys, those are my 10 cards, or I guess my 11 cards, that I would recommend to free-to-play players to use in their decks, and then focus on using your gold on cards that actually need the upgrades, right? You need more damage out of your Hog Rider, or your Giant, your Win Condition, but these cards, maybe, I don't know, maybe put them off a little bit till you have extra gold to spend, till you win a challenge or something, and then focus on cards that are more level dependent. Maybe I can do a best card to upgrade, or the cards where you get the best bang for your buck depending on level upgrades in the future. Let me know if you want to see a video like that in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting the channel. It really means the world to me, truthfully, guys. Really appreciate the support lately. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. So thank you again. Huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information in the description below, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care, guys.